are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out in the rain when you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange. When you're strange. When you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out in the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Alright, yeah. When you're strange, faces come out in the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Hey everyone, welcome to MT Guitar. Today we're doing People Are Strange by The Doors. Well, this song is just so cool. I had to play it from beginning to end. It's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds or so long, but the guitar part just beautifully builds and evolves. So I want to break that down a little bit before we even zoom in and learn it. It's just so cool. So Robby Krieger, one of the few fingerstyle players, you can play this with a pick if you want. This is a minor blues, right? So here's some pickup notes out of the E minor pentatonic scale, the intro here. Now, this is basically a riff that's centered around the bass notes of these chords. So if I just go down an E minor chord, I have the beginning here, and then I really walk down to an A minor. So a lot of bass movement. So there's the 4 chord. So in blues you have the 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord. Now this isn't a typical 12-bar blues progression, but it's basically a blues song, right? So you walk down the 4, 1, again, and then you build up to a B7 here. The song opens up on the second verse, and really, since the keyboard comes in, you can just start strumming, especially if you're singing. So it's like, people are strange, and still have the walking bass stuff going on. For the chorus, you take a B7, all right? You basically mute everything except this second string here. If you play your B7 like this, and you bend that note, so you go, and it's just classic Doors. I mean, just so cool, kind of like a little psychedelic and strange, right? And that's a note out of the E minor blues scale, right? So the first time he kind of bends up, but the second time bends down, right? And then the third time it's just almost like Travis picking. So we're going to cover all that. Really cool. Now, we can't skip the solo. I mean, the guitar solo here is just masterful. Had to listen to it quite a few times to really get it down. So let me break it down real quick. It's basically only using 2 scales, E minor pentatonic and B minor pentatonic. Why would that be? Well, because the 2 chords are E minor and B7. And so he sort of switches the scale as the chord changes. So no big surprise there, but check this out. Let me play the first phrase here. Let me do a little cleaner. So he does these 2 sort of slurs real quick. And it may seem intimidating, but it doesn't matter if it's clean. It's kind of supposed to be a little sloppy. The point is you're just trying to get to this bend. So you want to get through these slurs as quickly as possible. So after you unbend this note, you do a 3-5-3-0 hammer-on pull-off slur, I'm only hitting the string once. And then I quickly get to the bend. Just great stuff. Now this bend is the same as this open B string, which he plays, and slides up 12 frets. I love this move because here, this is the open E minor blues position. If you go to the 12th fret, you're in the same exact position, just up the octave, right? So he slides up and then does some classic blues language here. But then he uses this open string, the open E string, to get back here to this position. And then more slurs. Now he switches to B minor pentatonic. This is B minor pentatonic, and he goes, right, and then back to E minor pentatonic. All right, and all this is just classic blues language. That's Baby Please Don't Go, right, from I think John Lee Hooker. All these licks are like really essential blues licks. So the solo might seem a little quick, but you just get those slurs done with quickly, and then you're seeing all this great blues language all over the place. For the keyboard solo, Ray Manzarek, right? So great. He almost does like a honky-tonk thing here with the keyboard playing the melody of the vocal, right, on sort of the keyboard. And it's really not that bad on guitar because the melody is all on this E string, just in the E minor scale, right? And you can just put the chords behind it like this. Just the bass, whatever. Now, when I go here, just taking an A minor triad. This is from the A minor bar shape, the E shape of A minor, right? So I can just attach that to the melody. B7. Now it gets a little tricky when he starts playing he harmonizes the melody in thirds. Keyboard players love harmony, right? So you kind of have to do some acrobatics on your fingers, but super cool. So we'll cover that note for note, but it'll also be written down on the Patreon in a tab format, so you can check that out. Do check out the Patreon. We're having a lot of fun over there. We're doing group lessons as well, so you can check that out and become a part of that if you'd like. Other than that, please do hit the bell icon and subscribe. It really makes a difference to the channel. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, etc. And let's go ahead and zoom in and learn this. All right, so you can also play this on acoustic. It actually sounds really nice on acoustic as well, but I just couldn't resist the spacey reverb kind of sound here with the amp. So let's start right away with the intro. I'm just going to work through the whole tab and note for note, but you know, there's a lot of changing parts throughout the song, so I have to move a little bit quickly. Right away here, we're going to start with this intro, which really it's not an intro, it's just straight into the chorus. People are strange, right? Okay. So the 3 pickup notes before the chorus would be 2, 0, 3, little bend on the 3. That's E minor pentatonic. Okay. Now the chorus. Okay, so you go down an E minor arpeggio. So 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd strings with a shuffle, with a sort of a swing, right? Then the 4th string, then walk down to A minor, so that's 2, 1, 0. So all together. Now you're at A minor, and you go, you know, from the open, 4th, 3rd, and then 6th and 3rd strings from the E minor. 4th string, I'm going to do the same thing. Walk down. So I know it's a little confusing without the rhythm, so let me just play it in chime. Okay, that's where we're at. Now, repeat, except this time, 6th and 4th strings. Then 4th string again. 0, 1, 2, little triplet. Then I bar the 6th string with my middle finger. Or you can go like this, like an E chord, up a string, which is actually how Robby Krieger did it. And then, you know, 6th, 5th, 4th, E, bass. And then 2, 0, 3, sort of the intro sped up. Okay, so the whole phrase, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's just fly on through the rest. It's just repeating. Everything is the same. Now, to get to the verse, we go 5th, 4th, okay? So you just do what I just taught you twice as I just did, and then you're into the next part. Now the next part, the simplest form of it, which is where you should start probably, is B7, bass, down, bass, down. You'll notice I'm going to the 6th string bass. 6th string down, okay? Now you can add as many strums as you want. Well, there's a limit, right, with the amount of time you have, but you could go, up, down, up, but I would just start with bass, down, because that's pretty much the feel. Then G, bar chord, similar thing, bass, down, up, Now I think the bass down, up is nice. Then we go up to a B7 here, bass, down, and then you go bass, and then you mute everything except the pinky, and you bend it up. It doesn't have to be a whole step, but get sort of close to there. Okay? It's okay if it's a little sloppy. Then, this part. So that's optional. You can just say, when you're strange, down, boom. Totally fine just to go bass, down. Or you can play the keyboard fill, which is bass, down, and then go to here, which is 9 and 8. And then up 2 frets to 11 and 10. And then you want to sort of mute on the 4th downbeat. And then back to G. Same thing. This strange. See? I just love fingerstyle because it's kind of tough to do all that with a pick, to be honest. You can really mute easily with fingerstyle and get these cool bass sounds as well. So that's the first verse. Sorry, I should finish it off before I say that's the end of it. So after you do, let's just run what we have so far. From here, faces come out in the rain. First time, when you're strange. G, bass, and da, da. Second time, oh, when you're strange. When you're strange. So twice, then we go to B, this B, is strange. Then 2, 0, 3, 2. Into the second chorus. Okay? So there you go. Really cool stuff. It's just a matter of timing it with how many times he sings when you're strange. And then you're good to go. Second chorus. You can do exactly the same thing as the first chorus, just the picking pattern, but I found it's nice to pick up the dynamic and start strumming. So strumming, is something that is kind of subjective. You can take what I say as an absolute guide, or you can say, you know what, I want to strum a little less or a little more. It really is and actually encouraged to find your own patterns. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to go bass, sort of a 3rd string open, and then down, up, people are strange. Then I walk down, 2, 1, 0, up, down, and then, so bass, up, down, up on the E minor. Down, up. So far, people are strange when you're a stranger. And then walk again down. Bass, up, down, up. Walk up, bass, up, down. And then for this B7, it's, you could either do like this, or bar, the 6th string, or just ignore the 6th string. Just do a B7. But that would be the bass sort of 6th string is important for the sound, I think. So let me run that whole line. 3, 4. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. And then see, we're just combining the strumming with the bass parts. So if that's too advanced or too quick of a thing, then you can just, you know, simplify the part. Second line, very actually identical. When you're down. As you can see, the B7's kind of a bit much with the 6th string, so you might just forget the 6th string. Okay, now the solo. So I'm going to have to run through it kind of quickly here, but you start with an unbend of the 5th fret, 1st string, then 2 trills, 3, 5, 3, 0. They're actually 30-second notes, pretty damn quick. So 3, 5, 3, 0, pull off, 3, 5, 3, 0, hammer on, pull off, etc. As quick as you can, and then bend, 2nd fret. Okay, then open, slide to 12th fret, and then 15, 14, 15. All right, so far. See that? So 15, slight bend, 12, 15, 12. Unbend, 14. Pull off to 12, 14. A little slower. Okay, now. So then you go 12, 14, slight bend, open twice. Now, you go 3rd fret. Quick slur there, and then 3rd fret. So a lot of slurs. So see that? Now 5th fret, bend twice. The 3rd time you unbend, bend, bend, unbend, pull off, 4, slur, 3, 5, 3, 0, slur. Now 2nd fret, bend. Okay, open, 2nd string, unbend, pull off to open. 2nd fret, open, 2 to 4, slide twice, 3rd fret, we'll run it all in a sec, slide again, slide to 2, pull off, 2, 0, 2. I apologize, it's so fast, otherwise it'll take too long. So the whole solo really slow, 3, 4. Okay, really freaking cool if you can get it, but if it's above your level, you would just want to practice it super slow and, you know, listen to it a bunch, right? Now, second verse. Only difference here is we're going to unbend, and because of that, we're not going to do the muting thing. We're just going to go B, or bass, and then unbend. And then the same thing. Bass, unbend. And then everything's identical. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't go back to G, it just goes to B, and then, you know, eventually you're done. Now the the keyboard solo. Really, the important thing is the melody and the bass. The chord doesn't really matter as much. So for instance, if I just did the melody by itself, that'd be a good warm up to this. Okay. Then I add the bass quarter note. See that? I didn't even play a single chord there. So that would be the warm up. Bass on a quarter note. Now we add the chord, which is first 3 strings of an E minor. And I kind of muted the 4th beat. And then A minor, 5, 5, 5. See? So let me do it with the mute now, because the mute's kind of cool. It's like... And then, okay, so that's the first time. Second time, kind kind of a workout here. 9 and 8. Go back and forth between, you could do this. I'm doing this, pinky and ring. Doesn't matter either way. Then you go up to 8 and 7. Then 10 and 8. Actually, I slide it down from 12 and 10 to 10 and 8. Back there. Repeat. Then you go to 11 and 10 with the 9th fret 4th string for a B. And then you hammer onto an E minor. You're strange. Then you're done. So I know that's quick, but then you're back to the verse. 3rd time. Bass is coming out in the rain. So then this time we're gonna go 6th, 3rd, 6th and 1st, 2nd, bass, 3rd, mute. Back to this again. Okay. Last time. When you're strange. Then go to B7. When you're strange. And then just roll the whole chord and slide it up to a C7. And then that's the ending. So, ultra fast lesson. What are you going to do? The tab is sort of very clear-ish. But, so ultra fast lesson. What are you going to do when it's such a beautiful song with the part changing every second? You just kind of want to get all the details, but still keep an open mind. You're free to change any of these strumming patterns. And even the riffs, you can make it simple by taking out some of the lead fills and just playing the song right away and easing into the fills. You know the drill. Take it at your own pace and your own level. There you go. Hope you enjoy, and see you next lesson. Bye.